Of all the characters in the entire Mega Man universe, none of them have had quite the same impact as this nameless green biker dude. And I'm not talking about this impact. Even though this guy has had a total of about 5 seconds of screen time, he has, over the years, gained legions of fans. But what if I told you his story goes much deeper than what we see on the surface? Everything you're about to hear comes from previously unseen documents that recently leaked. This story is one heck of a cheval ride, so strap in. And in case this is your first time here, and hello everyone, ColeManX here. Thank you for coming, and I hope you enjoy. Now, before we get started, we can't tell the story of Green Biker Dude without first introducing this character. Believe it or not, he's actually from the games. When asked about this character in a recent interview, Keiji Inafune himself famously replied, "He's not a figment of your imagination, or a fan creation, or anything like that. He even has a name. Mac. Mac and Fleetwood Cheese, more commonly known as Green Biker Dude, actually go way back. Fleetwood wanted to prove himself as a capable Reploid. He didn't want to be written off as some kind of background character, so he joined the Maverick Hunters in the early days of the organization. He may have been accepted into the 14th unit, but at this point, he was basically an errand boy on an old ride chaser. Even so, he gave his all in each and every mission in the hopes that that would someday change.
Fleetwood? Mac, nice to meet you.
Mac, the up-and-coming trap specialist B-rank hunter, was assigned to work with Fleetwood. Mac was known for being a loner, but he quickly warmed up to his new partner. Through a shared desire to rise up the ranks, the two quickly became inseparable and considered each other best friends. However, this fateful meeting would lead both hunters to their destinies. Months later, word gets back to the hunters that Garma's unit had been wiped out by a mysterious red maverick. Due to the low amount of available units at the time of the incident, Sigma, the then current leader of the Maverick Hunters, scrounged up any hunters he could find to accompany him to the scene. Among these hunters were Mac and Cheese. What's really interesting here is that, as seen in these previously unseen cells of animation, if we pan the image to the right, there they are. Mac and Cheese were there the entire time. We just never got to see them. Until now. Flash forward to a month before the day of Sigma. After being part of several successful Maverick scouting missions with his partner Mac, Fleetwood was finally accepted as a proper hunter, now specializing in a beam weapon called the Chain. Magma Dragoon, the commander of the 14th Special Unit, was known to tease and berate newer hunters in his unit.
You? Swing that little chain of yours around all you want. No one will even remember your name.
Hey, back off!
Mac steps in to defend his friend. But before any punches were thrown...
Is there a problem here, Dragoon?
Sigma, arriving to the scene, broke up the standoff.
Fleetwood's promotion was due to my recommendation.
Dejected, Dragoon made his exit. As the hunters that crowded around the event went back to what they were doing before, Mac and Cheese were left alone.
You stood up for me. You didn't have to do that. Thanks, Mac.
After the two hunters composed themselves, Mac revealed a surprise.
Remember a while back when you were bragging about your biking skills? Well, I've seen how fast you were making those deliveries, so I pulled some strings. Told him that there isn't a better green biker dude around. You're in.
Mac unveiled a Cheval Ride Chaser. The newly formed Maverick Hunter Ride Chaser unit was finally ready to accept members. Fleetwood had been waiting for this. Despite only recently earning the title of B-Rank Hunter, he was finally given the chance to show what he could really do.
Hell yeah!
7 months passed. On a routine patrol, Fleetwood spotted a large building showing signs of Maverick activity. After reporting back to HQ, plans were made to storm the previously abandoned factory and stop the new Maverick uprising. Heading this mission would be none other than X, the now legendary hunter that stopped Sigma's rebellion 6 months prior. As the Ride Chaser unit prepared to assist X on his mission, Mac found Cheese as the green biker dude prepared to head out on his first real mission.
Hey, this is it. You sure you're ready?
Yeah. Well, I had to beg to be part of this mission, but the truth is, I'm actually kind of nervous. But I need to do this. I'll show them I'm ready. I'll become the best hunter in the Ride Chaser unit. I'll make sure they know my name. I guess I'll do what I always do when I'm nervous on a ride.
The wheelie?
The wheelie! And I'll dedicate it to you. Consider it my thanks for everything.
You don't need to thank me. Show him what you've got, kid. I'll see you when you get back.
As time marched on, and the rest of the world celebrated both the second defeat of Sigma and the founding of Doppeltown, Mac disappeared from Hunter Base. Without his best friend, his green biker dude, Mac broke inside. Struggling to push past the tragedy, all Mac could do was wallow in his own turmoil and hatred toward the people who allowed this to happen.
Was this my fault? Did I get my friend killed? No, this was their fault. They should have known he wasn't ready. X should have protected him. X should have... He was my only friend.
As the hate and confusion grew within his heart, the distraught Mac wandered the world aimlessly for months, with no real direction for his new, lonely existence. However, after catching wind of the surprise attack on the Maverick Hunter HQ by Doppler's forces, Mac knew what he had to do. Feigning allegiance with Doppler as an excuse to be part of the attack on Hunter Base, Mac caught MaSSaDoNiA by surprise and ensnared the Hunter in a devastating, paralyzing trap. Having bested his former captain, Mac marched toward exacting his revenge.
You don't care about us.
Unable to respond, X silently bears the weight of another life lost in the Maverick Wars. As Mac prepared to retire the immobilized X,
You stood up for me. You didn't have to do that. Thanks, Mac.
No.
Thanks. For everything.
This isn't what he would have wanted.
after Zero arrived on the scene to rescue X, Mac was unable to put up a fight. The Hunter swiftly put an end to the would-be Maverick. With a heavy heart, X silently mourned the loss of another life. Mac was laid to rest with his partner, the green biker dude, Fleetwood Cheese. Mac and Cheese had quite the backstory, huh? Looks like Fleetwood may have been just a bit too green for that mission. It is really fortunate that we got to see these new documents showing the true backstory of these seemingly throwaway characters. Oh, and if you were wondering where these documents came from, well, my informant's dad reportedly works for Capcom, so this information is 100% verified. Anyway, thanks for watching. Who knows which character's backstory will be revealed next. And a huge, huge thanks to all the people that helped make this possible. Almost all the artwork was done by Sprinkwing, so please check her out. She's definitely the best Mega Man artist on the block. She also helped with so many ideas and suggestions that really helped turn this from what started as a joke video into, well, this. You're amazing. Also, thank you to the voice talent that brought these characters to life. Thank you all for working with me. Please, check everyone out. MaSSaDoNiA, Jedi Force 317, Richie T, and Dark Nux 09. Also, a big thanks to Maria for the new ColeManX art. It turned out great. Thanks to Sylvie and Zarda for the script help and general cleanup. Thanks to Rockman HQ for some sound effects. And thank you to Yes I Love Nachos for the Green Biker Dude sprite. And, as always, a big thanks to our channel members. Sylvie, Dano, Asterisk, Doranor, Derupi, Sprinkwing, Masterman, Adachi, Kelsarin, and the rest of our supporters. Your support means the world. Sorry for the delay on this one. I hope it was worth the wait. The next one should be coming sooner than later, so hang tight. Thanks again for watching.